Merry Kissmas was released in 2015. This is directed by Michael Feifer, written by Joany Kane, and it stars Karissa Lee Staples as Kayla and Brant Daugherty as Dustin. And unfortunately, this doesn't work for two reasons. The narrative is just all over the place. It's not very well written at all. And the other reason it doesn't work is that the relationships, all of the relationships really, but the main relationship that's developing between two of the characters feels really forced, really unbelievable. It just didn't work at all. The performances are good. It's not the most festive film. Doris Roberts is in it, which is great, but I don't like her character. So unfortunately, Merry Kissmas is not a great film. At the start of the film, Kayla is engaged to actually a really well-written character. This character is a director who is very much up his own behind, to put it as nicely as possible. And I will admit the pacing with their part of the narrative and how that unfolded and what happened there, I don't want to say exactly what happens, but I will say that that was handled really well. And Kayla also shares a kiss with somebody in an elevator, and this elevator is the most stupid thing ever. I really do not care for it as a narrative device at all. And then she theoretically begins to have these feelings for somebody else, and honestly, it's forced, it's unbelievable, it's unrealistic. At no point did I buy into the romantic part of this film, and considering that's the main part of the narrative and kind of the point of the story, it meant that it didn't really have anything good to offer. Yes, some festivities, that works quite well. I'd say none of the characters are badly written, but most of them are very, very boring. Apart from the director, everybody else is really dull, and I honestly couldn't care less about them. So honestly, it's not a good film. As a concept, it's fine. If we take the elevator out of it and just get rid of that, maybe the elevator could have been okay as a one-time thing, but they really milked it way more than they needed to, and I found it to be really, really irritating. But if we take that out of it, then the narrative would have been okay, but still very badly handled. And unfortunately, the characters are boring, apart from, as I said, the director, fiancé, and Doris Roberts' character I really didn't like. I loved seeing her in this, but Mrs. Billing was not a character I cared for. I actually didn't like her at all. Everybody's performances were absolutely fine. The festive aspect is okay, but the narrative is messy, and the romantic aspect is unrealistic and unbelievable. So unfortunately, I can't say Merry Kissmas is a good film. Maybe on paper, it sounded okay. It could work as a concept, absolutely could work, but the execution is boring at best and honestly a little bit irritating at times. Definitely not a good film, and unless there's somebody in it whose performance you want to watch, I watched it for Doris Roberts, but I would have watched it eventually anyway because my mission in life is to watch every Christmas feature film, then check it out if there's a specific reason why you want to watch it. But if you're just looking for a good Christmas film, then Merry Kissmas is not going to be that film.